The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future, and brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Check us out today at DigitalDice.com. Find our work on Spotify, iTunes, Spreaker, and wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to Retro Sports Network and what we think is going to be the best 4 weeks of this 1986 Pro Football Replay. Almost all the preliminaries are done. We have, over the next 3 weeks, 2 conference championships and a major championship, kind of a super game, wink, wink, if you know what I'm saying. But today, the last piece of the National Football League's 1986 Final Four gets put into place, and by God, you couldn't have asked for a harder-hitting game. The Chicago Bears, despite not really having much of a quarterback at all between the injured Jim McMahon, Jim Harbaugh, sometimes Doug Flutie, sometimes Walter Payton, always Mike Ditka, take on the NFC Eastern champion New York Giants. The Giants, of course, were the real conference champions for the NFC in 1986. They won the division, but they didn't have the best record. That belongs to San Francisco. And so whoever wins this contest coming up will go to San Francisco. The Bears took advantage of the Vikings having major injury problems at quarterback to win the NFC Central. Remember, they are the defending NFL champions. They lost this game in real life to the Washington Redskins at Soldier Field. So this is a rematch of a 1985 NFC divisional game between the Giants and the Bears just wiped the floor with the New York Giants. The Giants have Joe Morris. The Bears, of course, have Walter Payton. So what's going to happen over the next hour and a half? Your guess is as good as mine, but the Giants and the Bears for a trip to San Francisco and the NFC Championship next, right here on Retro Sports Network. How you doing, Al? It is a balmy day here in Chicago, 34 degrees at Soldier Field. The wind is about with the Bears in the first and the fourth quarter at about 10 miles an hour. It is not the frigid ice bowl that the Giants and Rams walked into after the 1985 season. Sanders stands on his 8. Dennis Gentry is who the Giants do not want to kick to. He does have a kickoff return for a touchdown, and Neil Anderson is the other upman for the Bears. Remember, both teams are coming off a bye, and the winner goes to San Francisco. Giants in white kicking off, and we are underway. Sanders from the 5, and he's brought down at the 26. Dorsey with a tackle, Thomas Sanders with a gain of 19. Lurkers are people too, Ron. That sounds like a TV show. Jim McMahon, the quarterback. How well he does will determine just where the Bears can go in 1986. Matsui is the fullback. Walter Payton is everything to the Chicago offense. Dennis Gentry is your split end. Elvis Patterson's on him. Willie Gault, the Olympic sprinter, is your other wide receiver. He's a flanker. And Emery Moorhead is your tight end. Payton, trap right, 1st and 10. Handoff from McMahon. Payton across the 30. Harry Carson makes a tackle after a gain of 10. But it's just short. They get the Al Red Sox fan measurement. Emery Moorhead with the big block. Good morning to you, DJ John. Glad to have you along this afternoon or this morning, wherever you might be. First play from scrimmage gets the Bears 10. Let's meet the line. Jimbo Covert, the left tackle. Mark Bortz, no relation to Neil, the left guard. Jay Hilgenberg, the center. Tom Thayer, the right guard. And Keith Van Horn, the right tackle. Matsui. Fullback dive. They're trying to get the first down. He does. Carl Banks with the tackle after a gain of 3. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Giants keyed Peyton. Suey got the run. Let's meet the Giant defense. George Martin, the left end. Jim Burt, the tackle. And Leonard Marshall, the right end. The Giants linebackers are supreme. Carl Banks, the left outside linebacker. It's his job to stop Walter Payton today. Good luck. The weak link is Gary Reasons. And weak being, if you like, aluminum as opposed to titanium. He's the left inside linebacker. Harry Carson is the right inside linebacker. He has been there for all the bad times for the Giants. It's time for him to celebrate. Lawrence Taylor, who is the creme de la creme, he had 20 sacks in 1986. He's the right outside linebacker. Elvis Patterson, the left corner. Perry Williams is the right corner. Terry Kennard is the strong safety. And Kenny Hill is the free safety. Peyton. Off tackle right, 1st and 10. Across and hit by Banks at the 39. No gain. So 2nd and 10. They've run it 3 times. And now McMahon wants to go to the air. They should be able to throw. Those are not bad numbers. Medium slant to Dennis Gentry. McMahon back to throw. First time today. Waits, throws, intercepted by Elvis Patterson. And the Giants take over at their own 40. So McMahon got impatient. The Giants doubled Willie Gault. And it was just a deflection by Elvis. That made good things happen for the Giants. Phil Simms is your quarterback. Joe Morris. Lorenzo signs back up again. Thank you, my friend. He's the first one to do it multiple months. Of course, we haven't been doing this that long. Joe Morris is the primary running back. His 1,500 yards led the NFL. Mo Carthon is the fullback. Phil McConkey is the split end. He's at your near side. Bobby Johnson is your wide receiver on the far side. And Mark Bavaro, the engine that makes it work for the Giants, is your tight end. Morris. Trap right. First play from scrimmage from the 40. And Wilson, Otis Wilson, hits him right at the line. 2nd and 10. Let's beat the Giant line. And they're going to have to play like Giants if they're going to beat the Bears. Brad Benson is your left tackle. Chris Godfrey, your left guard. Bart Oates is your center. You can root for whoever you want. We call these games down the middle. Billy Ard is your right guard. And Carl Spider Nelson is your right tackle. Morris sweeps to the right side, near side, handoff from Simms. He gets across the 45, cuts back in. Wilson makes the tackle after a gain of 9. Chris Godfrey with a big hole, and it's 3rd and 1. And the Giants and Bears are going to have to keep it on the ground. We'll introduce the Bears defense after this play. Carthon. Fullback dive. Handoff from Simms, and Steve McMichael got him for a loss of 1. Hey, Lorenzo, much, much, much appreciated. Thank you to myself and guys like Al and others for really reigniting my quasi-dormant love for sports simulations. It's a wonderful hobby. It really is. 4th and 2, the Giants are not going to go for it here. Sean Landetta will punt, and the Giants are punting into the wind, so they'll punt this all the way to Barnes. He'll be inside his 10. That's going to roll towards the sidelines, and it's out of bounds at the 2. So the Bears are backed up to their own 2-yard line. 10:33 to go, first quarter. Going to be a refrain here that you're going to hear a lot of. No score. 2 tight end set. 2 running backs. No change. It's Reitman and Moorhead on the tight ends. Payton. Trap left from the 2. Handoff from McMahon. He gets to the 5 before Gary Reasons can make a tackle. Payton slipped out of the arms of Wilbur Marshall. And Gary Reasons was right there. So 2nd and 7 from the Bear 5. Under 10.5 clock running. First quarter. Calvin Thomas is the other running back in. And he'll try a trap left handoff from McMahon, and Marshall wraps him up at the 8. So 3rd and 4. Willie Gault comes back in the game, and McMahon is going to try to throw it again. At least he can get it out of the shadow of his own end zone. Short cross. Dennis Gentry is the call. McMahon back in the end zone. Quick throw, first down. Gentry got it at the 17, and that's a gain of 9. And the Bears have a fresh set with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. If you like slobber knockers and plodding football games, this is the one we expect to be one. Suey. Trap left. They go left side again. Suey does not get to the 20. Oh, he does. Gary Reasons with a stop after a gain of 3, and I can't run any more traps. So McMahon, 2nd and 7. Bears have run it 6 times in the first quarter so far for 22 yards. Payton, short, flat, far side, throws, and McMahon leads him astray. The BYU quarterback, it would be like going to Hooters in downtown Salt Lake City. And Walter just says, oh no, can't do that. So 2 wide receiver set, 3rd and 7. Clock stops 7:46 in the first quarter. Medium slant to Gault. McMahon is blitzed. McMahon throws, incomplete. So yes, I mentioned Hooters. See, that's what you normally would get in a Fortnite stream. But I mentioned Hooters in Salt Lake City, which would be the ultimate oxymoron, wouldn't it? So the Bears are forced to punt for the first time. McMahon has started 1 for 4 for 9 yards. And the cardiologist attached to Mike Ditka has already gone to a second blood pressure cup. So Maury Buford will punt it with a win to Phil McConkey. Buford will stand on his own 5. McConkey on his own 35. He gets it at the 36, calls for a fair catch, and that is the possession right there. Halfway home here in the first. Giant football. Lorenzo says, the mere mention of Hooters raises my blood pressure. Careful, Ron. I am something I can't see because my TV cuts it off. Sorry, Lorenzo. 1st and 10. Think of Buffalo Wild Wings instead. 1st and 10 for the Giants on their own 35. They're going to try. No, they're not. Pitch right to Morris, and the Bears trying to blitz through. Morris gets room. First down over the 45, and Gary Fensick will make the tackle at the 49 of the Giants. Old. I wasn't trying to make you repeat it. I can't show you. Back to semi-lurking. Well. It cuts off. It's the same HDMI cord. It's the same port. I bet Lorenzo is trying to blow up unsuspecting spaceships again. But it cuts off the first few pixels with this new computer. And so all I can see is IMD and then the ellipse. I'd show you, but it wouldn't work. Anywho, 1st and 10 on the 14-yard gain by Morris. Let's meet the Bear defense, shall we? Dan Hampton is your left defensive end. William the Refrigerator Perry is your left tackle. Steve McMichael is your right tackle. Richard Dent, the right defensive end. The linebackers, Wilbur Marshall, the left outside linebacker. Mike Singletary fills up the middle, and he was hurt for a lot of the year, too. You got it. I bet it says Raiders fan. Wink, wink. Lorenzo says, you got it. Next time you log on, look up the all-time leader for PVE Ship Republic Fleet Fire Tail and tell me whose name you see. It's 3 licks to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Roll Pop. Otis Wilson, the right outside linebacker. Vesti Jackson is your left corner. Mike Richardson is your right corner. Gary Fensick is your free safety. And Dave Dewerson is right jammed on to Phil McConkey as the strong safety. 1st and 10. Short slant to Bavaro. Bears blitz. Screen to Morris is the call. Sims waits, throws, and the Refrigerator swats it down. 2nd and 10. So the first pass attempt on the day for Phil Sims is nothing doing. 2nd and 10 from the 49 of New York. Carthon in the flat. Sims is flushed. He throws, intercepted by Singletary at the 48 of Chicago. And both teams have a turnover in the first 9 minutes. Sims that's a safety pass, and the Bears just filled up all the angles, or all the alleys. And Singletary got the pick. And you can just imagine how wide his eyes were trying to read Phil Sims' route. So 1st and 10 for the Bears. 6:34 to go. Moorhead. Medium hitch. McMahon rolls, throws, incomplete. Terry Kennard was all over him like a couple of middle school kids at a dance. 2nd and 10. And McMahon now opens up 1 for 5. Peyton will sweep it far side, handoff from McMahon, and Lawrence Taylor smacks him down right at midfield. So put the ball right on the midfield stripe, 3rd and 8. Galt or Tago, I think we're changing that one around. No Gentry? And Barnes, the 3 receivers. Oh, Gentry's in the backfield. So Peyton in the backfield, Galt, Ortego, and Gentry the wide receivers. 3 wide set. Medium slant to Willie Galt. Flag is down. Somebody moved.
Encroachment defense.
And it was the Giants. It was Wilbur Marshall. I'm sorry, Leonard Marshall. Wilbur's with the Bears. So Leonard Marshall, my pronunciation expert Mark Forsberg will give me a little bit of talking to about that. And he'd be right, Mark. You'd be right about that. So 3rd down and 3. They're going to stay in the same formation. But Peyton's going to go off tackle left. Handoff from McMahon. 1st down. Terry Kennard makes a tackle at the 39. A gain of 6. And the Bears have a 1st and 10 right from the Giant 39. Keith Ortego. Medium hitch. They're going to throw. He does. Far sideline. Ortego's got it. And Patterson makes the tackle at the 17 of New York. Mr. Suey comes back in. He is from Penn State. So McMahon 2 of 6. But they have it 1st and 10 from the Giants 17. Suey. Trap left. Hand off from McMahon. Lawrence Taylor with the stop at the 14. And it'll be 2nd and 7. They're going to try a sweep to the left. McMahon hands it off to Peyton, runs to the near side. Leonard Marshall right at the line of scrimmage. And it's 3rd and 7 for the Bears from the Giant 14. Kevin Butler, who is the kicker for the Bears, might be the biggest wild card of them all. He is so good. And remember, the Bears will have the win in the 4th quarter. And so if it comes down to field goals, advantage Chicago. Gentry. Short out. McMahon to throw. Far side. No! Patterson was there. Gentry wanted the flag, and now Red Sox fans going, you're not beating my Patriots 2 years in a row. This just ain't happening, McGee. So Butler will come out to kick. This will be from 31. Kevin Butler has a 76% chance. Bears in dark blue with the white numbers and the blue helmet, the blue face mask, and the orange C on the side. The Giants are in white with the blue numbers and the blue helmet with the white face mask and Giants written in big bold letters on the side. Butler from 31. It's good. And the Bears break through first. 8 plays, 38 yards, 2:54 to go in the quarter. It's Chicago 3, the Giants nothing. Phil McConkey back deep to return. Collins and Miller, the upmen. Butler will be kicking with the wind. And that will be 5 yards deep. And Phil Simms says the 20 is fine with me. So Simms 0 for 2, and overall the Giants have run 4 plays from scrimmage for 22 yards. The Bears have 64. Morris. Off tackle right, 1st and 10. Hand off from Simms. Morris gets a good hole. Richardson with the tackle after a gain of 5. Mo Carthon with the big block. And Joe has 4 carries for 28 yards. 2nd and 5. Let's see what Simms wants to do. He's looking at Bavaro. Oh, my goodness gracious. Short out to Bavaro. Simms. Bavaro's got it. 35. He gets down to the near side and is pushed out by Richardson after a gain of 12. And so Simms finally has a completion. The clock has stopped with 2:07 to go in the first. Carthon. Fullback dive. Hand off from Simms, and the Bears eat that one up. Richard Dent. The Bears doubled up on Bavaro. Billy Ard, the right guard, makes the bad block, and it'll be 2nd and 11 with the clock running. On the sideline, you can see Parcells ready to chew out anything that moves. On the Bears sideline, you can see Mike Ditka with the Buddy Ryan voodoo doll ready to chew on that if it moves the wrong way. Morris will try a pitch to the right side. That is almost in the backfield, and the Bears read that play beautifully. They played a loose pass, but because it takes so long to set up the pitch play, Richard Dent was right there, and it's 3rd down and 11 for the Giants. Tony Galbraith is now in the backfield for New York. 3 wide receiver. Miller. All by himself on the far side. McConkey and Johnson are at the top of your screen. Miller. Medium out, and Chicago didn't like what they saw, and so they call time. So Ditka punches the Buddy Ryan doll, and it'll be 3rd and 11. Medium slant to Johnson. Simms under center, waits, throws. He checks it down to Galbraith, and he can't hang on. So 42 seconds to go in the quarter, and the Giants are forced to punt from their own 36. Landetta into the wind, but he got a 50-yarder off the first time. Stands on his 21. taken at the 20 of Chicago, and Barnes, well, technically the 19, and it's a gain of 5. So a 45-yard gross and a 40-yard net. 35 seconds left. The Bears 3, the Giants nothing. Lou Barnes, by the way, is the name of that returnman. Suey. Off tackle right, 1st and 10 for the Bears. He's hit by Williams after a gain of 3, and that will end the first quarter. If you like defense and running, this game is for you. 15 minutes in the books. The Bears 3, the Giants nothing. This is the 1986 Pro Football Playoffs. Sims style, right here on Retro Sports Network, presented by Digital Dice. I found the sweetener in my tea. So the lone scoring in the quarter belonged to Kevin Butler. He hit a 31-yard field goal on an 8-play drive, 38 yards. That took 3:36 off the clock. First down. They're going to be hard to come by. 4 for the Bears, 2 for the Giants. Both teams have combined 105 yards. And the combined passing rating for both quarterbacks is less than 6. McMahon's rating is a 6. And Sims is a nothing. And yep, Peyton and Morris are going to have busy days. And so let's get the second quarter under. This is a game that George Halas and Vince Lombardi would love. Absolutely love. So 2nd and 7 for the Bears as we start the second quarter. Wind shifts the other way. Bears going right to left. But the wind is now favoring the Giants here. Moorhead. Medium out to the tight end. McMahon is in trouble. Is he going to get picked? He throws, and that's intercepted. 30. Gary Reasons picked it off at the 41, and they bring it down to the 27-yard line. And so McMahon is picked off for a second time, and Mike Ditka's gum has been thrown into Lake Michigan. Here it is again, and wow. So McMahon, 2 of 8, 31 and 2 scores. Sims wants to try something here, and Bavaro says, nope, don't do it, Phil, don't do it. Carthon. Trap left, 1st and 10 from the 27. He cuts outside to the 24. And Dan Hampton, who's also been with the Bears forever, makes the stop. 2nd and 7 for the Giants, and they are already in field goal range for Raul Alegre. Joe Morris sweeps to the near side from the 24, and the Bears read that. Wilbur Marshall knocks him down for a loss of 4. His first tackle of the postseason, and Morris felt that. 6 carries, 24 yards. The Giants are forced to go 3 wide. Galbraith in the flat. They need 11. They're going to stick with the play call. Galbraith has it, and he tries to cut to the other side, 25-20. Singletary with the tackle, but they get a Dave Gardner measurement and a first down at the 17. He ran about 30 yards to get 11. And Sims will take that in spades, so they stay 3 wide. Galbraith this time's going to run. Trap left, handoff from Sims. Nothing doing. Wilbur Marshall for a loss of 1. These two defenses do not bend, and they never break. And you understand how and why they won their Super Bowls, because they are just fantastic on the defensive side of the football. Morris. Off tackle right, 2nd and 11 from the 18. Richardson with a tackle at the 16. Give him 2. 3rd and 9. They go 3 wide again, but really just to try to set something up from Sims to Bavaro. And it's going to be medium slant to Bavaro. That's the call. Sims back to throw as time, and he does not have Bavaro. Mike Richardson got a hand in there to deflect the pass, and so Allegre will come out following the turnover to tie the football game, or try to anyway. This will be from 33. An 81% chance Jeff Rutledge will hold it. Oates to snap it. Allegre will tie it. 7 plays, 11 yards, and 11:55 to go in the half. Did you expect this to be a shootout? No, you didn't. It's the Giants 3, the Bears 3. This is the NFC Divisional Playoff on Retro Sports Network. Should say before we go any further, as Sanders, Gentry, and Anderson wait for the kick, that today is Sports Time Machine's birthday. I won't tell you how old he is. I remembered it when we were talking about Hooters in Salt Lake. It's okay, Lorenzo. Calm down. But if you see Mr. Mike today, wish him a happy birthday. And the kick is taken 3 yards deep. And this time they're going to return it. Sanders is going to dare. 5-10, and he shouldn't have gone there. Kind of like me going to Hooters. Hit by Collins at the 9. It's Lorenzo will semi-alert. So 1st and 10 from the Bear 9-yard line. We actually had one in Vermont, here in South Burlington. And surprise, surprise, in the land of Bernie Sanders, Hooters just doesn't work. Matsui, trap left, 1st and 10 from the 9. He gets it across the 10. Patterson with a tackle at the 12, gain of 3. And it's 2nd and 7. Now you can give it to Walter Payton. Payton says, I want a sweep to the right. McMahon says, okay, far sideline to this. And Payton tries to turn the corner. They keyed him all the way, and Carl Banks with the tackle after a gain of 2. So he's knocked out of bounds, 11:02 to go. 3rd and 5 for the Bears. Willie Galt, medium cross. McMahon back to throw. Galt has it at the 30, 1st and 10. Galt caught it at the 31. It's a gain of 19. And the Bears have a fresh set from their own 33. So McMahon not tripping the light, fantastic. 3 and 9 for 50. But it's effective so far. Payton sweeps left, near side, turns the corner, but is hit by Harry Carson at the 34. The Giants were playing for the pass. The Bears decide to run, and the Giants got the better end of that. And again, the clock is stopped with 10:13 to go. You know, I'm looking at the chat. And Lorenzo said about, a half hour ago, I'm only here to lurk. You know who's the only thing I'm seeing in the chat? Would you care to guess? Other people can say hi, 2nd and 9 for the Bears. Payton on a screen is the call. McMahon goes. He flips it to Walter, and that's a gain of 3. Banks got him right there, and so it'll be 3rd and 6. The Bears are already 3 for 5 on 3rd down. So they set up on their own 37, under 10 to go in the first half. So Ortego comes in as the 3rd receiver. Gentry. Medium slant from McMahon, under center, waits, throws, caught, 50. Gentry at the 48. Collins makes a tackle at the Giant 43. McMahon may not be great, But he's doing what he needs to do. 5 for 11 for 73, and it's 1st and 10 from the Giant 43. And yep, Mark Collins and Patrick Ewing were separated at birth. Galt, or Gentry rather, is going to go on an end around. McMahon gives it to Gentry. Far side, the Giants sniff that one out like my cat with her treats, and Jim Burt knocks him down for a loss of 6. And so again, the Buddy Ryan voodoo doll gets a few more cigar burns to the face. And it'll be 2nd and 16 from the Giant 49. Suey joins Peyton in the backfield. Suey on the draw. Hand off from McMahon. Suey to the 45. He gets a gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 10. And Lorenzo has it right. McMahon was not great, but he was a blue-collar quarterback. Absolutely. He was a lineman dressed as a quarterback. 3rd and 10. Ortega back in the game. Galt, medium out. McMahon to throw. Looks to the near sideline, and Galt dropped it. He had the first down inside the 30, and nothing doing. And so the Bears, with 7:17 to go in the first half, are forced to punt. Into the wind. They're going to dare the deep punt, and it's going to be a touchback. Giants have it 1st and 10 from their own 20. 7:10 WOR time left on the second quarter clock. So the Giants will take over after I take a drink. Hope you're enjoying this one. Next Sunday, the AFC Championship game from Foxborough. The Seattle Seahawks, the AFC's wild card winner, face the AFC Eastern champion New England Patriots. And I can already tell you that the final score will be Seattle 49, New England nothing. Just putting it out there. 1st and 10, Morris will try a sweep to the near side from the 20-yard line. He gets a gain of 5 or 7 as Richardson makes the stop. 2nd and 3. Sims wants to throw to Bavaro. Bavaro says, "What are you doing, man? Don't do that." Short out if you do. Sims says, okay. He does. He looks down. There's a flag down. He went to McConkey and Dewerson.
Defense. Number 22, 10-yard penalty.
Tangled with him. And that's the first flag on the Bears. And Ditka says a few unkind words. And a big first down for the Giants from their own 37. No, the final score of the Seattle-New England game will not be 49-0 Seattle. But some person I record a podcast with accuses me of being a Patriots hater. I wonder who that is. 1st and 10. Morris will try a trap to the far side. He gets across the 40. McMichael makes the hit at the 41, 2nd and 6. So Morris, 9 carries for 37 yards. The other Giant running backs have 4 for nothing. If you were, you wouldn't be alone. Just I have nothing against the Patriots. If the Bears win this game, then we'll have, and our Final Four will be completely different from the real life Final Four in 1986. Bobby Johnson, medium cross. Sims back to throw. He looks over the middle for 40, 30. Johnson gets down to the 21-yard line. Gary Fensick missed the tackle, and it's a gain of 38. Yeah, I can say Pat Haight. Or I can say Pat Hayden, which would not be something you would say at UCLA. Here it is again. Sims got away with a big play. What a run by Bobby Johnson. Lorenzo talking about the tuck play, which can no longer happen, by the way. So 1st and 10 from the 21 of Chicago, and the Giants are already in field goal range for Allegre. Carthon. Trap right. They're going to go with it. Hand off from Sims. Inside the 20, Richardson makes the tackle at the 14. And that's a gain of 7. So the Giants have it 2nd and 3. Under 4.5 to go. They're knocking on the door again. The refrigerator's running tired. It's obviously not a Westinghouse refrigerator. Morris. Trap right from the 14. Sims hands it off. Morris goes down to the 12 before Otis Wilson can make the tackle. And so it's 3rd and a tough one from the Chicago Bear 12-yard line. Sims is going to try to sneak it. Bears call blitz. Sims waits for the C's to part, and they do. He got the first down. Dan Hampton with the tackle. Sims needed a yard. He got it. And the Giants have it 1st and 10 from the Bear 11. Triple tight end set. Zeke Mowatt, Mark Bavaro, and Harry Carson with Morris in the backfield. Morris. Trap right. Hand off from Sims. Inside the 10. Wachter. For a gain of 3. The Bears played the pass against a triple tight end set. 2nd and 7 from the Bear 8. The Giants will run one more play before the 2-minute warning. Solomon Miller. Short cross. Sims waits. Throws. Deflecto to Bavaro. And Bavaro dropped the football. So Sims is 3 of 8 for 61. McMahon 5 of 12 for 73. Morris, they're just going to set this up for the 2-minute warning. Trying to get it closer. On the dive to the 5, and Marshall makes the tackle right at the 5. So a 10-play drive for 75 yards and 5:11 off the clock. And Allegre essentially will try an extra point. Here we go. Straight, true, and good. And the Giants, 11 plays, 75 yards, and 5:11 off the clock. With a $1:55 to go, the Mets lead the Cubs 6-3. Sanders, back deep. Gentry and Anderson. The Upman. 6 yards deep, McMahon says about the 20. Our Red Sox fans said it right at the beginning of the game in the chat. This is a slobber knocker. And this has been an absolute slobber knocker. McMahon. They'll try to split it wide. Ortega. Medium out. McMahon under center. Goes across and down to Peyton. Nothing doing. And Al says it's lived up to that for sure. If you only watch us for the football streams, Julian 10087. That sounds like a zip code from New York City, as a matter of fact. Navy Vet 1994 and Navy Vet's symbiotic brother, USNDP1. New followers along with YouTube subscriber Russ WG1970, the newest followers on the channel, and Lorenzo is the first to sub for a second month. Hard to believe. Remember, if you have an Amazon Prime account, that you can use it for Twitch. And if you haven't used your Twitch account for anybody else, you can use it for Retro Sports Network for absolutely free. I get $2.10. The company gets more than $2.10 and I get a sub. Actually, that's what I had for lunch from Subway. Eat fresh. Turkey and artisan bread. It was yummy. So thanks to all of you who have followed and subbed on all of my things and Patreon as well. 2nd and 10, McMahon from the 20-yard line. Flat one to Peyton, near sideline. McMahon throws, but there's nobody there. McMahon kind of underthrew it. In fact, he underthrew it. And it's 3rd and 10. Now, the Giants have all 3 timeouts. So McMahon has to be careful here. Medium slant to Galt. McMahon has time. McMahon's got Galt at the 45-yard line. A gain of 26. The Giants blitzed the kitchen sink. And the Bears just, whoop. So Galt, they'll go in a hurry up, 3 wide. Galt jet sweep. Far sideline. Can't get a hole as Collins makes the stop for no gain. 1:19 to go. Tom Thayer cannot make the block. And the Bears with 1:19 will call time. They have 1 stoppage left. Emery Moorhead. Short slant to the tight end. McMahon waits. Moorhead can't get it. McMahon is hit as he threw. And McMahon throws another bad pass. And so the Bears are 5 for 8 on 3rd down today. And they just are not that happy with Mr. McMahon. Might we see a change in the second half? Only your hairdresser knows for sure. 3rd and 10, Gentry. Medium slant. Giants in the nickel. They don't blitz, and they do. Instead, Carl Banks with the sack. McMahon holds on to it. The Giants will call time with 1:05 to go, and the Bears having it at their own 43. So Maury, I'm not the father Buford, will punt. He stands on his 28. Phil McConkey by his 10. Flag is down. It's a short punt. At the 36, they pick up the flag. That was a horrible kick. And so Sims and company have 2 timeouts and 59 seconds. The ball is at the Giant 36. Carthon in the flat, far side. Sims incomplete. Sims is 3-9 for 61 yards. Galbraith lines up as a receiver. Sims out of the gun. Medium out to Johnson. Sims has protection. He's got Johnson, 45 of Chicago, and he's knocked out of bounds by Vesti Jackson at the Chicago 43. The wife is going grocery shopping, going to Trader Joe's, say a few kind words for Mr. Joe who passed away. Get my tomato soup because remember, this girl loves Christmas. You know, when I'm streaming and the door is closed and Sarah's got to open it and I'm talking, she can't leave fast enough today. Oh, my God, what is my husband doing? Make it stop, Ronnie. Make it stop. 1st and 10 for the Giants, 48 seconds. They have 2 timeouts from the Bear 43. They lead it 6-3. Miller, Solomon Miller. Short slant, Sims out of the gun. He throws, Miller's got it, 1st down. Dave Dewerson with a tackle. 41 seconds. The Giants go into a hurry up from the Bear 33. Galbraith in the flat, far side. Sims has him. 35-30, 20, 1st down. Fensick makes a tackle at the 17. And the Giants will call timeout with 24 seconds left. They have one timeout. What a first half of football this has been. And a lot of plays we've run. Sims out of the gun. Morris and Carthon. Carthon lines up in the wing as a receiver. Short out to Carthon. Sims waits. Carthon has it at the 10, and Marshall knocks him down at the 9. So 2nd and 1, 20 seconds to go, and they'll spot it at the bare 8. O.J. Anderson is in the ball game. They'll line him up as a receiver. Short cross to Bavaro. They're going to try it. Sims waiting, throws. Bavaro, and he can't get the score. They hem him in. They call the timeout with 16 seconds to go. So from the bare 3-yard line, the Giants are knocking on the door to try to score a touchdown. Carthon lines up as a receiver. Cross to Johnson. Sims out of the gun, waiting, throws it away. Oh, it's intercepted by Vesti Jackson in the end zone. That saved a bunch of points. The Giants went to the well one too many times. Here it is again, and that was just picked off on the end line of the end zone. Parcells wants that reviewed. And there are no reviews. And the CBS cameras here show that Jackson's foot was actually on the end line. Vesti was born in Fresno. Oh, cool. So 10 seconds left. McMahon just going to run some time off the clock, and we have played 30 hard-hitting minutes. The Giants will get the football, and they lead this NFC divisional playoff 6-3. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Twitch. There is talk Prime. I got one for Prime. Oh, there you go. You can attach your Prime account right to Retro Sports Network here on Twitch. There is talk in the Bear locker room that Vince McMahon will not, or Jim McMahon will not start the second half. He is 6 for 16 for 99 yards, has been intercepted twice. Phil Simms is doing what he needs to do. The scores were both on Raul Alegre field goals. A 7-11 drive following a turnover to make it 3-3. And then an 11-play, 75-yard drive near the end of the first half to make it 6-3. And so this reminds me a lot of the 1990 NFC Championship game between the Giants and the 49ers from San Francisco, where the offenses were meek and mild and the defenses ran wild. The two teams have combined for 40 blitzers so far, only one sack of the game. The Giants have found a way to get some yardage on the board. And they will start the second half with the football. Kevin Butler to kick it. The Giants have the wind. They're going left to right. We start the third quarter from Soldier Field, from the 10. And McConkey is hit at the 17 by Phillips. And that's a gain of 13. First and 10 for the Giants. And they lead by 3. It'll be Phil Simms at quarterback. Morris and Carthon the running backs. Johnson and McConkey the wide receivers. Bavaro the tight end. Benson and Nelson the tackles. Godfrey and Ard, wasn't that like a comedy duo? The guards, and Oates, not Hall, at center. Mo Carthon. Trap right. First play of the second half. He is hit by Richardson at the line of scrimmage. No gain. The Bears playing a 4-6. The ends are Hampton and Dent. The tackles are McMichael and Parry. The outside linebackers Marshall and Wilson. Singletary fills up the middle. Richardson and Jackson the corners. Dewerson and Gary Fensick the safeties. Second and 10 for the Giants. Joe Morris sweeps it far side from the 17. He gets it to the 20 before Singletary can make the tackle at the 21 for a gain of 4. So 3rd and 6 for the Giants. They go 3 wide. Johnson. Short slant. Simms under center. He waits. He throws. Johnson in stride. 1st and 10. He made the catch at the 32, and the Giants will have it at the 33. So that's the difference. Simms is trying his best to work it against a Bear team that is just so good. Galbraith in the flat. Now, it's not. Simms is going to scramble. He gets it to the 36 before McMichael can make a tackle after a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. First drive of the second half. The New York Giants 6, the Chicago Bears 3, on a nice, mild day here at Soldier Field. 34 degrees. The winds with the Giants here from left to right in the third quarter at about 10 miles an hour. 2nd and 7. Galbraith is going to try a sweep to the near side. And he loses the football. Dent knocks it loose. And Refrigerator Perry will fall on it. The Bears get a break. The Giants have turned it over for the 3rd time, and the Bears get a break. Here it is again. You can see Dent go through and just knock it out of Galbraith's hands. And we're going to get, are you ready for this? Doug Flutie is coming in for the Bears. So, can the pride of Boston College lead the Bears closer to a trip to face maybe Boston? Flutie's under center. Payton and Suey are the running backs. Galton Gentry the wide receivers. Emery Moorhead the tight end. Doug Flutie comes in at quarterback. Covert and Van Horn the tackles. Bortz and Thayer the guards. Hilgenberg is your center. Payton. Trap left. 1st and 10 from the Giant 36. And Gary Reasons hits him right at the line of scrimmage. The Giants read that play all the way. Leonard Marshall and Martin are the defensive ends. Jim Burt, the nose tackle. Lawrence Taylor and Carl Banks, the outside linebackers. Carson and Reasons, the middle linebackers. Williams and Patterson, the corners. Kennard and Hill, the safeties. Flutie. Short slant to Gentry. Flutie, 7-step drop. Flips it down to Payton. The ball is loose, and Williams recovers for New York. So he checked it down to Suey. That was the right play, and Matt Suey couldn't hang on to the football. Kenny Hill knocks it loose, and Williams recovers it. And the Giants have it on their own 33. So we've had 6 combined turnovers. We've had 9 points in the game. I wonder if you could get a prop bet in Vegas. What would be more, points or turnovers? Carthon. Fullback dive. They're going to try to ram it home, and Carthon rams it to the 35 before Wilbur Marshall can make the tackle. 2nd and 8. Clock running. Bavaro. Short slant. Sims to throw. It won't be Bavaro. It is to Carthon instead. How you doing, Tribe fan? And it's a gain of 1. So it's 3rd and 7 for the Giants. They lead at 6-3. 10:29 to go, third quarter. In what has been a defensive masterpiece by both teams. Bavaro. Medium slant. Sims under center. Bavaro runs his route. Incomplete. Gary Fensick got a hand on it. And it'll be punt time for the Giants. We've kind of like last week's game. It's field goal delight. We've had 3 field goals in the football game. Sean Landetta will punt with the win. He is going to try to drive Barnes all the way back to Wrigley Field. They're going to try to return it from about their 15. Barnes near sideline, 20. And the ball is loose, and Barnes will pick it up. So Hedden knocked it out of Lou Barnes' hand. And Doug Flutie and company will start from the Chicago 19. Mike Ditka saw enough of Jim McMahon in the first half, so Doug Flutie, number 2, is going to try to get the Bears halfway to San Francisco. The winner will play the 49ers in 2 weeks in the NFC Championship game. Medium slant to Moorhead. Flutie gonna scramble right to the, well, he's going to technically get a gain of 1. And Leonard Marshall will make the stop. So Flutie has completed his only pass for 3 yards. Payton. Off tackle right. Handoff from Flutie. Payton crosses the 20. Martin makes a tackle at the 22. And now they're 5 for 9 on 3rd down. 8:57, clock running. 3rd quarter. Gulp. Medium slant. Flutie. Going to try to fling one. He tries to go to Payton, but Carl Banks got a hand on it. And it'll be time to punt again. Lots of punts in this one. As we cross the 1 o'clock hour, my name is Ron Juckett. This is Retro Sports Network, and this is our 1986 Pro Football Replay has reached the last of the divisional playoff weekend. The Giants and the Bears from Soldier Field in Chicago. The Giants leading 6-3. And tonight on CBS, following 60 Minutes, which will be seen in its entirety, except for on the West Coast, where it'll be seen in its regularly scheduled time, will be Murder, She Wrote, and then the CBS Sunday night movie, The Rantings and Ravings of J.R. Ewing. What does he really think of Pam? Is Sue Ellen really the bad girl that she pretends to be? And what did Miss Ellie do to J.R. as a kid? Find out tonight on CBS, starring Larry Hagman, Linda Gray, and Patrick Duffy is playing both the roles of Bobby and Pamela Barnes Ewing. Victoria Principal was not available. 4th down. Maury Buford will punt to Phil McConkey. Punt is away. McConkey coming in. 45. Flag is down. It's a 6-yard return.
Holding, receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
But Hill will get the penalty, and the Giants will start this drive with 8:15 to go in the 3rd from their own 35. Morris tries to sweep to the near side. Handoff from Sims. He's hit by Wilbur Marshall at the line of scrimmage. The Bears are just keying on Morris and saying to everyone else, come beat us. Come beat us. Lee Roussan comes in the backfield with Morris. And the Giants are going to work out of the eye. Roussan. Dive. Hand off from Sims. He keeps the legs moving for a gain of 2 before Gary Fenzik can make the tackle. 7:27 clock running. 3rd and 8. 3 wide. McConkey, Miller, and Johnson. Bavaro, the tight end. Medium slant to Bavaro. Sims waits. Bavaro! Oh, goodness gracious. He had him open, and Sims let it go too late. It's a bad throw, but the Bears had Bavaro doubled. But Sims just did not make a good throw, and the Giants are forced to punt. They're going to punt it deep. Barnes back again. He's going to be pushed inside his own 15. The ball is loose, and Barnes recovers it. He did not call for a fair catch because we told him not to, and Gary Reasons nailed him. And so it's 1st and 10 still for the Bears on their own 13. 1st and 10. Trap left Matsui. Hand off from Flutie. Flag is down, and it's a gain of 2. Gary Reasons with the tackle.
Offsetting penalties. Repeat first down.
Speaking of Bobby Ewing, that play didn't happen. Didn't happen, you didn't see it. Look, squirrel. 6.5 to go. 1st and 10. Suey. Trap left from Flutie. Suey gets 5. Gary Reasons with the stop. Both teams are averaging under 3 yards a carry. And no one is even at 200 net yards with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Suey will sweep to the right because I hit the wrong button. Across the 20, 1st down. Okay, that worked. A gain of 10. Carl Banks with the tackle. That was supposed to be Walter Payton. And instead, Suey 8 carries for 36 yards. Flutie will try a sweep to the right. He waits for the C's to part. That didn't work. Harry Carson knocks him down for a loss of 4. And so in trying to soften up the Giant defense, you can't leave the butter sitting in the freezer. And that's what the Bears did on that play. Dennis Gentry. Medium slant, Flutie to throw. He waits. Gentry wide open, but he tripped on the hard throw by Flutie, and it's 3rd and 14. McMahon says, I want to warm back up again. Ditka says you get your little BYU butt down there. I don't want to see it. No, McMahon's actually in the game. McMahon's out there. Okay, you think you can find somebody? Medium slant to Galt. McMahon under center. He waits down to Payton, who got a gain of 8. So it's 4th and 6. McMahon made the completion, but he went to his second read. Andy Hedden makes a second stop. 4th and 6. The Bears will punt again. Maury Buford to McConkey, who stands at his 23. Right there, and that's a fair catch. 46-yard punt, no return. 3.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Mets still lead the Cubs 6-3. Phil Simms under center. Morris and Roussan, the running backs. Roussan. Sweep to the near side from the 22, and the Bears read that one all the way. Richard Dent makes the hit at the 18. They played the run. They keyed Morris. It was the right call. It was the wrong execution. 2nd and 14. Your guess is as good as mine who's going to win this game. The San Francisco 49ers are watching and taking notes. They better hope that Roger Craig is back for the conference championship. Morris in the flat. No audible. Bears in the dime, near side. And Sean Gale nearly had 6. He got a hand on it. He deflected it, tipped it up in the air, and that was that. So it's 3rd and 14. Anderson in the backfield here on 3rd and long. 3 wide receivers set. Anderson's back there to block for Sims. Bavaro. Medium hits to the tight end. Sims wanders around the pocket. Has all day. He throws, intercepted by Sean Gale. Into the hands of Michael Richardson. Sean Gale tipped it. Richardson has it. And the ball is spotted at the 15-yard line. And so Flutie and company have a golden opportunity. Sean Gale gets all the credit for the tip. And Richardson just gets the Bears closer. From the 15. Flutie. Medium hitch to Galt. Flutie back to throw. End zone, no. Hilgenberg is hurt, the center. And Rubens. Larry Rubens, no relation to Paul or Pee-wee. 2nd and 10. Walter Payton. Trap left. Handoff from Flutie from the 15. Payton. Nailed by Taylor at the 12, and it's 3rd and 7. Payton. Little one on the dumper. Flutie, far side, finds Payton at the 15. Payton to the 10. First down, touchdown, Walter Payton. We finally get a touchdown. Flutie found Payton for a 12-yard dumper in the flat, and it's 9-6 Chicago. Here it is again. Payton down the sideline, and Payton had all sorts of green. 3 plays, 15 yards on the 7th turnover of the game for both teams. Kevin Butler's extra point is good. And so with 1:43 to go in the 3rd, it's Chicago 10, the Giants 6. McConkey, back deep, Collins and Miller. Butler, McConkey from the 5. McConkey stopped at the 18 by Vesty Jackson. And now the Giants need a touchdown. Rousson on a short hitch. He can't get it. Gary Fensick all over that bad throw. And Phil Simms has gone cold. 2nd and 10 with 1:32 to go in the 3rd. Rousson sweeps far side from the 18. He gets across the 20. Hampton with a tackle at the 22. And it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Giants. 3 wide receivers. Sims is looking at Bavaro. What do you want to run? A short slant. Flag is down. It won't be a short slant.
False start. Offense. Number 61.
Godfrey, the left guard.
Repeat. 3rd down.
Excuse me. 3rd and 11. McConkey. Medium cross. Sims under center. This looks like trouble. Sims looking, throws. Intercepted by the Bears. This time it is Sean Gale. He's hit at the 20 for a gain of 11. And you hear the crowd chanting, "Buddy who? Buddy who?" There's a sly smile on the face of Mike Ditka. So Sean Gale has forced 2 turnovers. This one of his own accord. And there's 43 seconds to go. Moorhead. Short cross. Flutie. This is trouble. Flutie's flush. Intercepted. 20, 30. Flag is down. Right to Hill.
Necessary roughness. Defense. 10-yard penalty.
Now.
First down.
That's on Martin. Is it before or after the interception? It is before the interception, so the pick doesn't count. Oh my goodness gracious. And so you can see what will be on the back pages of the paper in New York tomorrow morning. A conspiracy theory by the Bears. That was an interception. Flutie threw a terrible pass. But it won't count. It's 1st and goal from the 10 at the end of the third quarter. Peyton. Off tackle left from the 10. He is hit by Reasons at the line, and that will do it. We've played 3 quarters. The Bears are hanging on. They finally get a touchdown. It's Chicago 10. The Giants 6, and the only scoring in the quarter brought to you by DigitalDice.com. A 12-yard pass from Doug Flutie to Walter Payton. You don't think that Flutie coming in made a difference? It may not in the completion percentage. But look at what McMahon did in the first half and that one pass and what Flutie did after. Taking a drink, the final 15 in a moment. So 2nd and goal from the 10. Peyton. Nope, they're going to try a flat pass. Flutie will scramble. He is hit at the 8 by Harry Carson, and it's 3rd and goal. So the clock running. Bears now have the win behind them for Kevin Butler. 3rd down from the 8. They look to Moorhead on a short cross. Flutie to throw it. They want the 7. They don't get it. Emery Moorhead dropped a touchdown. Moorhead had enough separation there from Kennard, but Terry Kennard reached in and drilled him, and Moorhead couldn't hang on to it. And now comes Butler to make this a 7-point ball game. This will be from 25 yards. An 82% chance. Butler, you betcha. 4 plays, 2 yards. The turnover cost the Giants 3 points. 14-12 to go in regulation time. It's the Bears 13, the Giants 6. McConkey back deep, and he'll take it at the 20. I don't think the Giants scored on them in their playoff game the year before in real life. So the fact that the Giants have a chance to tie this is actually pretty remarkable. Morris will sweep it to the right on 1st and 10. 20, he is hit by Otis Wilson at the 23. The Bears are just blitzing the sink. 2 tight end set. Zeke Molot joins Harry Carson. Would we? We would. We won't. Morris. Sweep left. Far side from the 23, and Singletary rips him down at the 21. That didn't work. 3rd and 9. 3 wide receivers set. O.J. Anderson is there. Couldn't block for Sims out of the gun. McConkey. Miller. Medium hitch to Miller. Sims throws. Miller's got it. 1st down at the 36-yard line. Dave Dewerson with a stop. It's a gain of 17, and the Giants have it 1st and 10 from their own 38. Carthon back there with Morris. Carthon. Trap left. Handoff from Sims. 40. Tries to cut to the far sideline. Hampton with the tackle. A gain of 7. Ball at the 45. 2nd and 3. 11:56 to go in the 4th quarter. Giants trail 13-6. Morris. Off tackle right. He tries for the first down. Richardson makes a tackle. No gain. 3rd and 3 from the Giant 45. They go 3 wide. Bobby Johnson. Medium slant. Sims this time under center. Rolls. Flips it down to Anderson, who makes the catch, and that's a gain of 9. So into Bear territory they go. It'll be at the 46. 1st and 10 for the Giants. 10.5 clock running here in the 4th. Sims in white. The blonde bomber out of Moorhead State. Wants to go to Bavaro. Bavaro says no. Anderson. Trap right. They're going to run out of this 3 running back or wide receiver set, and the fridge stops him for no gain. 9:47. Clock running. Giants have put up 233 net yards on the Bears. Now it's Morris and Carthon. 2nd and 10. Johnson on the jet sweep. Nope, flag is down.
False start. Offense. Number 67.
Ard, the right
5-yard
guard.
Penalty. Repeat. 2nd down.
The right guard jumped. 2nd and 15. Don't forget a late night stream tomorrow, at least as far as retro sports is concerned. Join us for the first of a best of 7 between the 2019 Washington Nationals and the 1994 Montreal Expos from Nationals Park, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific p.m. right here on Retro Sports Network. 2nd and 15. Morris on a draw. Handoff from Sims. Morris back into Bear territory. A gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 10. They go 3 wide once again. Anderson in the backfield. Now Morris checks in. Little dumper to Morris in the flat far side. Morris has it, the 50, 45, 40. First down inside the 30. That worked all the way. A gain of 20 as you see Mike Singletary jogging off the field under his own power. 8:15 to go. 1st and 10 for the Giants on the Chicago 26. So Sims is doing just enough his entire career. Just enough to keep the Giants going. And the ball is on the Bear 26. Morris. Off tackle left out of the gun. Hand off. First down. 10. And Marshall makes the stop at the 6. It's a gain of 20. And it's the little things just like that, keeping the Bears off balance, that worked. And now Morris, 19 carries for 75 yards. Carthon back in the game. 1st and goal. Ball at the Chicago 6. Under 8 minutes to go. The Giants have taken 6 minutes off the clock. Carthon. Fullback dive. Out of the gun. Carthon inside the 5. Wachter at the 4. And then 2nd and goal from there. Helps if I take him out of the shotgun, right? 2 tight end set. Bavaro is joined by Harry Carson on the other end. Morris. On a draw. Handoff from Sims. Touchdown, New York! The Giants score with 6.5 to go. 12 plays. 80 yards. And a drive right out of the Bill Parcells playbook. And the Giants have made this a 1-point game. Oh, baby. Wow, gang. And Raul Alegre will try to tie this game. Good snap, good hold, good kick. 6:32 to play in the football game. In regulation time, that is, the Giants 13, the Bears 13. Let me know what you're thinking in the chat, gang, as I take a drink. So Sanders is back deep. That was a very good drive by the G-men for sure. They want to keep it away from the far side upman, which is Dennis Gentry, because he can score a touchdown. 13-13. 6.5 to go. The winner goes to San Francisco. It don't get much better than this. The kick is away to the 10, and Sanders is hit at the 20. Singletary says he is ready to play if the Giants get the football back. 6:27 to go. Doug Flutie. They just need to get it somewhere near where Kevin Butler can bang this home and use up some clock. Matt Suey. Trap left, 1st and 10. Has a bit of a block. Gary Reasons with the tackle after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. The AFC Championship game next week, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. The Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, as the road to Pasadena gets really, really tight now. In 2 weeks, San Francisco gets the winner of this one, the Bears or the Giants. Peyton. Sweep, far side. Goes to the sidelines, gets a block, looks for the first down, gets it. It's a gain of 7. And the Bears get the down with 5:42 to go in regulation time. Peyton, 13 carries, 36 yards. Peyton, well, it's going to be a penalty here.
Encroachment. Defense.
Oh, it's on the Giants.
64,
Jim Burt.
5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
The nose tackle. Got a little too much nose on that tackle. 1st and 5 for Flutie. 5:42 to go. Ball on the Bear 36. They're going to try a bomb to Galt. Flutie waits, throws, Galt. No! Williams is draped all over him. Flutie with a good hard count is right. 2nd and 5. 5.5 to go. Peyton. Off tackle right from the 36. Carson stops him at the 38 to keep him all the way. 5:25. Clock running. 3rd and 3. Flutie. Looks to the sideline. Dickus says, get it. Flutie says, okay. Sweep right for Doug Flutie. Waits for a hole. Won't get it. Lawrence Taylor with a tackle. It's a loss of 3. Lawrence Taylor hasn't done too well. He's got 4 tackles. Doug Flutie, I think, saw a deer in the headlights that time around, or was a deer in the headlight, and his speed hasn't helped any. And so the clock, well, we'll have a punt here. 4:42 to go. Maury Buford with the wind to McConkey. McConkey is going to try to get the Giants in field position around the 20. He's got it, 25-30, and he's hit by Hartenstein at the 31. It's a gain of 13. 3:58 to go. Wow. Al, slobberknocker all the way, buddy, right? So Sims has got to figure out something. The Giants have 284 net yards, but they've turned it over 5 times. The Bears have 191 net yards, and were forced to switch out McMahon at the half. Morris. Sweep far side, hand off from Sims. Morris to the sidelines. Singletary ripped him down for a loss of 3. 4 tackles for Singletary. They keyed Morris all the way. And this game has turned into a heavyweight brawl. like we're in the continuous 8th round of a 15-rounder. Everyone's throwing punches, nothing's landing, and you don't know what's going to happen. 2nd and 13. Roussan on a screen. Sims waits, throws. Roussan's got it. First down over midfield. Dewerson makes a tackle at the gain of 25. And so Sims found Roussan at the 40. He got across midfield. He got a ton of blocks, and it's a gain of 25. If you were to compare Phil Sims to a boxer, I would say Jerry Cooney. Beaten, bloodied, but can win the fight. He may not be able to knock out the likes of Joe Montana or anything like that. No, I did not say your name. Thank you. But he does what he has to do. 1st and 10, clock running, 47 of Chicago. Morris. Off tackle right, hand off from Sims. And Dent hits him at the 45, a gain of 2. 2:57 to go and 51 to go. Regulation time, 13-13. The Giants and the Bears. 2nd and 8. Johnson, no. McConkey, hell no. And Bavaro, not even close. Roussan. Off tackle right, hand off from Sims. Hit by the refrigerator at the line of scrimmage. 2:28 to go. The Giants can run a play without going to the 2-minute warning. 3rd down and 8. 3 receivers in the football game. What a finish this is going to be. He's looking at Bavaro. What do you want? Medium cross. Okay, that's what you're going to get. Sims, blitzed. Bavaro. No, Sims is going to scramble, and he's going to get a gain of 6. And they're 2 yards short. And, well, the 2-minute warning to think about it. 4th and 2. They are not in field goal range. Chat, what do you do? Do you punt or do you go? The NFC Divisional Playoff game. The Giants 13, the Bears 13. The conclusion of regulation and maybe the football game after this. I see 1 vote for punt. I don't think you can go. Everybody's got all 3 timeouts left. Doug Flutie, of course, is an NFL rookie, but not a pro football rookie. He was with Herschel Walker in 1985 with the New Jersey Generals of the USFL. Sideline. They're telling Landetta to punt it to the sideline. They're trying to get this inside the 10. Landetta punts it away, and it's a touchback. So the Bears have 1:51. And Doug Flutie really needs about 50 yards to set up a game-winning field goal attempt. We said right at the outset that Kevin Butler was an X factor, or a wild card, if you will, that he was a tremendous kicker. He's got the wind behind him at about 10 miles an hour. Will it be enough to kick the Bears to San Francisco? Gentry. Medium slant, 1st and 10. Flutie waits, throws. Gentry's got it, 1st down. Patterson on the stop. Ball on the 34. They go hurry up. Medium slant. Willie Gault. Flag is down.
Encroachment.
And the Giants give him 5 more yards.
5-yard penalty.
Leonard Marshall gives him 5. On the encroachment, 1st and 5, 1:34, all 3 timeouts. The Bears, I said, needed about 50 yards. They've gotten 19 in 17 seconds. Gault, medium slant. Flag is down. Leonard Marshall with the sack.
Holding defense.
Oh, my goodness.
Penalty, automatic, 1st down.
It's on the Giants. It's on the Giants. You take 5 seconds off the clock, you give the Bears 5 more yards. They're on their own 44. Medium out to Gentry. Flutie scrambles. Taylor with a sack, a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. And Ditka, they've calmed him down enough to try to give Flutie a few words of encouragement. We would say the swear words that Ditka is saying to Doug Flutie, but he's saying them with his arm around his shoulder, and so we'll sub out actual colors from the rainbow. Listen, you bluish-yellow dwarf. Don't throw an interception, please, you ignorant blue. 2nd and 12 from the 42 of Chicago. They can stop it twice more. Moorhead. Short slant. Flutie waits. Throws. Moorhead's got it. Flag is down. It's a gain of 11. They are short.
Offsides. Defense.
But the Giants are offside.
5-yard penalty.
George Martin makes it 2nd and 7. The clock will stop with $1:17 to go. Oh boy. Bears on their own 47. Peyton on the screen. Flutie waiting. Throws. Peyton's got it. Does he have? No, he's got 7, but they did not get the first down. But they're inside the Giant half of the field. And down the stretch they come. 3rd and inches. Flutie. Bootleg, trying for the first down. Scrambles, has it. Inside or about at the 40. It's a gain of 6. 1st and 10 for the Bears. 44 seconds. Timeout, Chicago. The ball is at the Giant 40. Oh, my goodness. Doug Flutie finally made a big old run here. Nice run by Dougie Boy. My throat is gone. So, from the 40, 44 seconds, the Bears can stop it once. They need about 10 more yards to try to win the football game. They don't need 6. They need 3. Suey in the flat. Flutie scrambles, throws, tight end Moorhead. Moorhead, it's a gain of 5. They're going to save the timeout. 33 seconds. Ball at the 35. They're already in field goal range. 58% for Butler. Medium slant. Dennis Gentry. Flutie to throw. Flutie. No, incomplete pass. 14 seconds to go. Flutie looks around. He looks to Ditka. Ditka says, get it closer. Just get it closer. 2 tight end set. Reitman joins Moorhead. Peyton. Off tackle left. Handoff from Flutie. He got him 4. The clock is down to 2 seconds. And this is it. This will be from 48 yards. Kevin Butler to send the Bears to San Francisco. He's got a 63% chance. Steve Fuller is your holder. Jay Hilgenberg, your snapper. It is this or overtime. Butler for the win. Wide right. No good. And it's extra time here in Chicago. The Giants have won the toss and will get the football. Wow. So the Giants get their first touchdown. Butler from 25 made it 13-6, and the Giants tied it with 6:32 to go. Al, a 48-yarder with the win is not a gimme. First down, 17-14 for the Giants. Oh, my goodness. Neither quarterback, well, Flutie has played well. Well, played okay. Sims, that's about as bad of a game you can see for someone who's throwing for 206 yards. So take a drink. I am Overtime in a Moment, presented by DigitalDice.com. But first, the extra period in 30 seconds. For those of you watching on YouTube and wonder why I'm silent for the ads for that, I'll just talk over the ad, and I don't want that to happen. I want my live viewers to see the ad, and it gives me a chance to rest the voice. Phil McConkey stands on his 8. Collins and Miller are the upmen. We play sudden death. We have 2 timeouts per team. Are you ready? Let's do this. And it's going to be taken 3 yards deep by McConkey to the 10. And he's hit right there by Harris. Boris and Carthon, the running backs. Johnson, McConkey, and Bavaro are the receivers. Phil Sims, the quarterback. Carthon. Trap right, 1st and 10 from the 10. Carthon tries to scoot up the middle and gets 3. The Bears blitzed 4. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the Giant 13. Next score wins the game. San Francisco hoping that this game goes until Tuesday. Morris. Trap right, handoff from Sims. Morris to the 15. Prairie makes a tackle at the 19. A gain of 6. And the Giants have it 3rd and 1. The Giants have run it 42 times for 117. Morris, 23 carries for 84 yards, and the lone touchdown for the Giants in this game. They are 6 for 15 on 3rd down. Morris on a dive. Handoff from Sims. First down for Morris. He got 2. 7th tackle for Otis Wilson. From the 21 in New York. Bavaro. Short hitch. Sims to throw. Bavaro has it off his hip. Gain of 9. The Giants, by the way, are going into the wind. So if you're thinking Allegre for a field goal, they got to get it probably to around the Bear 20. 2nd and 1. Morris. Fullback dive. Handoff from Sims. First down. Otis Wilson makes a tackle after a gain of 3. They keyed Morris all the way. And he now has 25 carries for 89 yards. What a football game. This has been everything and a bag of chips. Carthon. Off tackle right on 1st and 10. 35-40. Carthon is stripped by Wilson, and Bavaro recovers it at the Giant 42. For a moment, Soldier Field was about ready to erupt. Otis Wilson made the strip, but right into the waiting arms of Mark Bavaro. And 25 million people in the metropolitan New York area, even the Jets fans are going, "Oh, Daddy, we love you." 2nd and 1. Morris. Trap left. Handoff from Sims. First down, maybe. Singletary. Oh, they got the Dave Gardner measurement. First and 10, Giant 43. The Giants, 7 plays, 33 yards. To the New York 43. Bavaro, nope. McConkey, hell no. Johnson, not even close. Carthon. Sweeps left. Sideline, 45. Hampton makes the tackle, knocks him out. Gain of 2. 9:54 to go in the opening overtime. Roussan back in the game with Morris. 2nd and 8. Roussan, flat pass, far side. Sims is going to be sacked by Dewerson instead. It's a loss of 4. 3rd down and 12. The Giants go 3 wide. Morris in the backfield. Sims out of the gun. Morris to block. Bavaro. Medium hitch. Sims. Back. Bavaro. No! Mike Richardson deflects it. And the Giants will punt from their own 41. 9:08 to go in the first overtime. Landetta will punt it deep. The Bears will return this from around their 15. 16 as a matter of fact. 30, 35, and no flags. Blue Barnes hit by Bob Welch for a 20-yard return. And so Doug Flutie takes over from the Chicago 35. Again, same as before, they need about 35 yards to win the football game. 9 minutes to go. Payton. Sweep left, near side from the 35, 40. Patterson with a tackle at the 41, a gain of 6. Hope you're enjoying this. Playoff football goes to overtime. Doug Flutie, who came in to start the second half, is now in overtime of his first ever NFL playoff game. Suey. Trap left. Handoff from Flutie. First down. Leonard Marshall with a tackle at the Bear 47. The wind is behind the Bears. They're going from the open end into the closed end of Soldier Field. Short slant. Dennis Gentry. Flutie to throw. Gentry dropped it right through his hands. And we're halfway home in the first extra period. 2nd and 10 from the 47. Can't blame that one on Flutie. Payton. Trap left. Handoff 50, 45. Does he have it? Yes, it's a gain of 11. And the Bears sit on the Giant 42. 7:23 to go. 4 plays, 23 yards. The Bears trying to go to San Francisco. Short flat. Walter Payton. Far side. Flutie's flushed and sacked by Leonard Marshall. A loss of 2. And for Flutie, that's the second time he has found the turf. 2nd and 12. Draw play. Payton. From the 44 to the 40. Carl Banks makes a stop at the 36, a gain of 8. And for Banks, that's his 10th tackle today. And they are already in a coin flip for Kevin Butler. 5:55 to go. Overtime from the Giant 36. Flutie looking for some instructions. 3rd down and 4. Short slant. Willie Galt. Flutie throws. Galt, first down. Gain of 10. 1st and 10 from the Giant 26. Perry Williams with his 4th tackle. And the Bears can smell it now. Suey. Fullback dive. From the 26, Harry Carson makes a tackle right there. The Giants are just blitzing on every play. These guys have got to be tired. 4:30 to go. Clock running. Peyton. In the flat. Flutie. Far side. Peyton at the 30. Peyton 25. Peyton is knocked out at the 20 by Banks. And it's 3rd and 4. And now it's a 74% chance of knocking this one home. Moorhead. Short slant. Flutie. Waits. Moorhead. Nope. And so here we go again. 3:08 to go. And in stops Kevin Butler. This will be from 37 yards. And the monsters of the Midway are ready to go fly out of Midway. Again, Fuller to hold. Hilgenberg to snap it. Butler, this will be from 37. He's got a 74.5% chance of winning this game. Right now, here is the kick. It is long. It is good. And the Chicago Bears have outlasted the New York Giants. 16-13 in overtime. For the Bears, the dream is still alive. And that is a football game. Kevin Butler, 37 yards, with 3:05 to go in the extra period. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That was incredible. Douglas and Cabral will be, not sure if they're available next week or not. Doug Flutie went 7 for 15, ran it for 2 yards. That's a good game. Phil Simms did everything he could. Our MVP is actually going to be Sean Gale. He intercepted one pass. And I'm going to talk to the wife for a second. Hold on. As soon as I can answer it. You're on live.
Oh, hi.
Hi, what's up?
Hi, we're at Trader Joe's.
Yep.
Day specials. It's really a good, awesome food. We must try mini beef tacos.
Oh, yes.
Lots of fun, damn folks. Get your meat tacos at Trader
Yes,
Joe's.
yes.
Salsa in the clock.
Yes,
Good
fine.
luck and
Sour
satisfaction.
cream.
Yes, we will get your lovely salad.
All right, I got it. I'm just finishing up. But yes, and yes. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Tacos. She's buying me tacos. I love my wife. So Sean Gale, who deflected one pass into an interception and intercepted one on his own. I'm not a big shot streamer. I don't know who the hell you're talking about. But Matt Malone, who is a big shot streamer, gets the marching orders from his wife, Samantha. Absolutely. So Sean Gale is our MVP. He deflected 2, 1 for an interception, and then his own interception. And honestly, that changed the game. Carl Banks, 11 tackles and a sack. Richardson, 9 tackles, 2 defenses, and an interception. I think this is the longest football stream I've ever done. It's taken me an hour and 54 minutes to get here. I hope you enjoyed this. This was everything you would want in a football game. I knew that I wanted this to go last. And if the conference championship game between the Bears and the 49ers is anything like what you saw today, it doesn't mean I get to slack next time. Oh my Goodness. Gosh, that was fun. The Bears outlast the New York Giants to go to the NFC Championship 16-13. Wow. Conference championships start next week. Seattle and New England, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific next Sunday. Patreon baseball for you starting Monday night at 9 Eastern. It'll be the 2019 Nationals at home against the 1994 Montreal Expos. And the Twitch game from Friday, the Pirates and the Expos, went up. Eddie, thanks for watching. I appreciate that. We are demanding what you've done for us lately is your motto. So thank you so much. Hit that like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Twitch. And if you have a Prime account, I'm free. Attach your account to it. I make some money. You get to support one of your favorite streamers. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you tomorrow night live. Have a good one.